Hey friends, welcome to another episode of the 10 Laws Podcast with East Forest. I am East Forest. It is said. This week I'm bringing on Marisa Radha Weppner, my dear partner in crime, and we have a bit of a hang, a little bit of a year in review, so it's a nice easy breezy episode that I'm titling, Give Me a Break. Give me a break. But today, when we're recording this, it's the solstice, so it's that time of year where we reflect. Today is the day that the Music for Mushrooms film was put up on YouTube, so it is free to watch. At the moment, it is ad-free in the spirit of the gift. So if you want to share it, we'd love for the algorithm to pick it up and show it to as many people as possible. I know this time of year can be rough sometimes, and I think the film can help in a small way, give some inspiration. And more than anything, we want people to see it. So thanks for helping to share it. Go over to youtube.com/eastforestmusic. It's right there on our channel. Or it's linked out in the link tree of my Instagram. Or if you could find it, I believe, on the eastforest.org as well. So thank you for that. Otherwise, I hope you have a wonderful holidays and New Year's. And we'll see you in Europe. Get those tickets. They're moving along. And we'll see you in the U.S. West Tour. Lots of things coming up there. So thank you for everyone who's already gotten a ticket. That means a lot to me. It really helps us out to have some movement there so the agents and promoters feel good. And so I feel good. And we're looking forward to it. Happy solstice, friends. Thanks for being here. All right, we're live.
Happy solstice.
Happy solstice. We're coming to you today from the middle of nowhere, the center of the universe, on the solstice of 2025, the winter solstice for us here in the north. What is coming to you on this solstice day? How are you feeling?
Oh, feeling the dark times, meaning just like low energy. Not existentially dark, though that's a flavor in there too, but more just like rest and slow and quiet.
Yeah, we just got back from Esalen, so I mean, that sometimes takes a lot out of you.
Yeah. And it's just the chaos of the holiday season mixed with the darkest time of year creates this tug of impulses.
So what would you like to leave behind? What are you going to bring in?
Oh, man. What would I like to leave behind?
Yeah.
Trump.
Okay.
All the political BS theater.
Mm-hmm.
What was the second question?
Well, what do you... You know, it's what you want to leave behind, but I was thinking more about for yourself.
Okay. Can't
do much about Mr. Trump.
No. Okay. What do I want to leave behind for myself?
It could be reading about Mr. Trump or...
I don't think I do too much of that. Though it's, you can't open anything without seeing something. Most cases. At least that's the algorithm I get. But anyways, what am I going to leave behind? Well, I remember going into 25, so January of this year.
Yeah.
And setting my thematic intention.
Thematic, you said?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, what's your intention for the year when we start the year?
Okay.
And I remember mine being love. And have I succeeded in that? To some degree, I think.
Well, yeah, I was going to say, I would imagine it's completely black and white anyway.
It isn't completely black and white.
So I'm sure there's been a lot of love coming to you and coming out of you.
In general, I feel very blessed. It's been a wonderful year. My personal life has been very blessed. We have a great relationship. We're healthy. The children are great. The children are healthy. We have stable careers that we love. We have lots of friends. We have a lot of freedom. Yeah. So that's been wonderful. On like a larger scale, though, I have been disturbed by things since Trump was inaugurated. That has created a lot of difficulty just in being an American citizen, I suppose.
Yeah, it's been a hell of a year.
Yeah, wild. And as you say, It's only going to get worse.
Well, I don't know if I try not to use the word worse.
You do
but
say
that
that.
is the implication.
That's exactly what
I try
you
to
say.
say more challenging.
Okay.
Or
harder. You say that.
Today I said more novelty. I was like, that's about as nice as I can put it.
It's going to get more novel.
Was it true? It's true. I think Trump or no Trump, I think that's true.
For me, this has been a year of like paying attention and without losing the love, like not going fully one way or the other. I really don't want to be head in the sand, and I don't want to be pissy anxious all the time. So I don't think I'm ever hardly really pissy anxious, but you know what I mean? Just aggressive.
Yeah, never.
Well, a couple days out of every month, perhaps.
I mean, I remember at the beginning of the year, it was pretty tough. Like last winter, it was pretty dark. And I remember that. And it's been a strange process of navigating it and somehow getting used to it, but also just it's just like you just keep getting punched in the face. You're like, yeah, punch me in the face again. You just don't even know anymore.
Yeah, that's the desensitization.
Yeah. But amidst that, we've had a pretty busy year. I mean, at least I feel like I have. I think part of that's because every free moment I had, I went down to Utah. If I had a week or two there and was just working my ass off and then being back on the road. And this was the first year I did a lot of touring in a more like concerted, focused way.
And going back to Utah, you got your spot down there, like major progress.
Yeah,
Pretty livable. Really, really, really hardcore manual labor you did for months.
I mean, there were days where I was in the peak of the summer in a trench that was over 6 feet deep with a giant backhoe inches from me, kicking dust I couldn't see, with a mask on, goggles, and still you're full of dust. And just thinking, holding a transit and a rake and a shovel, just thinking, what am I doing? What am I doing with my time? And we got the job done, but it really...
What were you doing?
That particular job was putting in a septic system. It was 280 feet of septic line. That's just like the septic field.
Yeah, you and another good friend.
Let alone the drain part was another several hundred feet.
Mark Austin and you, solo men on the job. You two.
Yeah, it was brutal. It broke me multiple times where I just sat down in the shade under a bush just thinking like, I just want to crawl up and disappear.
It was very physically taxing and mentally.
It put me to my limits multiple times physically. It was just all those things, the heat and the dust and just every day. And Mark, good friend of mine, he's intense though. He wants it done right, which I want it done right, but he wants it really done right.
Yeah. Would you describe him as like a kind of stereotypical construction scene boss?
No, because what's unstereotypical about him is he really cares. And most guys kind of don't. They're just jerks. He's upset about details about the workmanship. Like that needs to be 1/4 of an inch sloping every 3 feet. And he means actually 1/4 of an inch, which is very difficult to do in dirt, right? With rocks in it. And perfectly smooth and flat. And he has 50 years of experience. So he's looking, his eye is like a transit. And I'm looking at it being, it looks pretty good. And he's like, that's not good enough. So I would be stressed out about all that. And then just, he never takes breaks. I was like forcing him to take breaks, like, which he just wouldn't do. I said something like, it's a full moon tonight, just trying to make conversation because he's so focused. And he said, that just means we can work till midnight or something. We'll have light.
You're like, that's not what I meant.
Yeah.
But he would probably do that, work till midnight if he could.
Well, what I appreciate about him is he gets the job done.
Yeah, Mark was,
and he's good
invaluable asset.
Yeah, so kicked my ass down there. Yes, made a lot of progress, but
yeah. So this fall we were there, end of September, and your off-grid container had solar, water, wood-fired stove, flush toilet.
We got the septic working. It was probably, I joked it was like a $40,000 toilet all in. When you think about the well pump and the well systems and the water lines and the pressure pump system and the solar systems, all of that combined.
Also that you didn't have to have a compost toilet.
Right. Well, and you're supposed to have a septic system. And if, long term, I would need that if you're going to build a house or something. But I don't know, man. It's just been crazy. And, a lot of times it's jumping back in and off the road for that. And I have to rehearse when I was down there too. And that was a wild thing, like waking up at 6 a.m. to rehearse a bit on my little system and then jumping out there with Mark at like 7:30. And that was wild.
And working all
I'm tired
day.
just thinking about it.
I know, your whole demeanor just changed.
Oh my God. Yeah, I'm getting all stressed out.
Okay.
That's one of the advantages of winter is usually I get a break from that mentally. This year I'm partially getting a break, but...
Well, we don't go down there in the winter too. We'll be back in the spring.
Yeah. So...
But I just want to say congrats. That's been a multi-year project, and where it's at now is the best it's ever been. Really, really,
Some challenges.
So much work. So much work.
It's just wild. I mean, I suppose this is true anywhere, but with off-grid places, it's very acute that you have to bring everything, every little screw, and which I know is true at all job sites, but it just feels like you're really out there. And
well, you are really out there.
Yeah.
Not just a feeling, it's the truth.
Getting materials to the job site is one of the bigger challenges and issues.
So what's your let's say 10-year vision for that spot?
I'd love to have a very comfortable and nice house that is not just like a house we could throw up and it's like this works, but one that we could live into for the rest of our lives. So we really like it, and it's very robust and comfortable. So we could go down in the winter and actually be really nice. Like we want to go down in the winter, that kind of thing. We could go anytime. Mm-hmm. And we can have friends come whenever we want and they're comfortable. I don't want to do retreats there and stuff, but that we can host, and it's just... And then when that's done, it'd be nice to have a music studio. It'd be nice to build little tiny things like little secret tea spots and little yoga decks and like secret workout spaces. And
secret workout.
Yeah, and like the woods.
Secret workout.
Yeah.
Garden, big garden.
And
orchard.
Food orchard, apple trees.
Mm-hmm. This is your apocalypse.
Proper Mormon living.
Your apocalypse escape.
I mean, honestly, that's just good living. I suppose it could have I think people have this mindset that if you have something like that, you're going to survive the apocalypse. And I suppose you have certain things, but we're so entwined with one another that, like, where are you going to get gas? Where are you going to get fuel? Where are you going to get anything you need if you were just living on your own?
Well, you got solar panels.
Yeah, what happens when they break?
Fix it.
Yeah, how fix it? Yeah, I'll just
I don't know.
Make silicon. So yeah, you'd probably go by full Scott Brody and be getting out like a bike that turns like your washing machine, and
right?
That stuff.
More
like
primitive,
that.
But lucky you, your across the street neighbor is Matt Graham, survivalist.
Yeah, there's primitive skills, world-class experts around. But then I got to start eating squirrels and
fish. You might have to eat some fish.
A lot of fish and bugs and grasshoppers. But I suppose you'd live for a while.
Yeah.
On that note, yeah. So, you haven't said what did you want to bring in for the year?
Going into 26? Is that what we're talking about?
Yeah, that would be it.
Oh man, somebody asked me this the other day, and I didn't have an answer then. I
Fuck
kind of
that person.
Don't say that. Okay. I thought more again, I went into reflection. I was like, well, first I have to think about 25 and what was 25 really? And I feel like 25 has been for a lot of us, myself included, kind of a drag with our politics, kind of a heavy burden. And it's like, sure, I went into it like, this is my year of love. But I maintained that as a North Star while navigating the heaviness. But I'm not in the same spot I was in last year this time, which you reminded me was worse.
It's pretty dark.
And so going into 26, just more resilience and a return to, like, I've been teaching more yoga out at the studio, and I just love that so much. And so carving out more time for sharing those things that I love, and just continuing to do my own work personally, interpersonally, and being of service in whatever way is called for. And how about you? First 25, little reflection. I know you did a tiny bit on your house.
25, I started working with ground control touring, and I started working with cabin artists, so 2 new agents, and both of them have been getting me out on the road, and so that's been a whole new thing, and probably my biggest focus of the year has been touring. And before, I've been touring forever, but a lot of it was gigs that came to me, so a lot of them are one-offs or maybe a couple dates. This is the first time in a long time that I've gone out there and done a string of dates since 22.
When you were out on the road this year, what's like a favorite inspired moment of your own performance?
From that recently?
All year. Like, what's top of mind?
God. I don't know. It's really weird. Like I'm so focused on like the things coming up that once things happen, I kind of let them go. And that also makes me think, like, I was really struck by this notion of how everything's just gone once we do it. And so it made me think twice in some ways about the whole endeavor.
Of touring?
Yeah. Yeah.
But the moment is alive.
Yeah, I know. But the cost to do some of those moments where, you're looking at it on a scale, you're like, wow, we really gave a lot to get that across the finish line or something.
True. But
but inspired moments you asked about?
Yeah, transcendence. Did you have a moment of transcendence?
I know I did. What helps me is looking at a calendar or something, but I don't really want to pull one up right now.
Yeah.
I remember, like, most recently at the Esalen retreat, there were a few, because it's fresh in my head, there were a few moments during the ceremony where I felt we were in a real groove. And that's a kind of transcendence. And we did the ecstatic exuberance exercise outside.
That was so fun.
I felt that too, of course, especially on the lawn in the sun with the ocean.
Ecstatic exuberance is what Krishna calls, there's another trauma word called pronking. Pronking is like the release of like a yes.
I'm sorry, but pronking sounds super dumb. It really does. It's like really...
And the image,
a gay name.
The image with pronking is llama hopping.
Even worse. I was like, there's no way you can make this worse. Dumber.
So
wow.
For you, it's ecstatic exuberance, which you got from court that I love. And it's just like a yes, yes, yes.
It's just that you have to let that out.
Yeah.
At times in your life, because especially these days, we're so muted and we have much of the countervailing opposing energy in our lives. And that moment at Esalen, it was nothing but ecstasy. So we need to exclaim it.
Mm-hmm.
Claim it.
We were on the lawn, kind of old school style, in small groups, and people were talking in this
warm.
guided
December,
exercise.
It was like 70.
Sunny, clear, no wind, beautiful day, ocean.
Like whales out there and hawks overhead.
It was quite magical.
We're just about to have lunch.
And we had just come off of a breath work that was really powerful. So that energy was still buzzing, I think. Heightened.
Yeah. So I remember that. And I guess in Australia, I remember feeling some pretty ecstatic moments from just connecting with the folks in the crowds, especially since we haven't been there in a long time. And it's just exciting to see people show up when you're kind of thinking, how did this happen? But I felt that in the U.S. too. Like, I remember we went to Minneapolis.
Mm-hmm.
I've never played Minneapolis. And there were people there. I'm just thinking, this is so cool. Where do you people come from? How'd you hear about this? Like,
I got a lot of accounts from people on the road because I was working the merch table, and people will share a lot, like what got them there, who they came with, or what the music's meant to you. I remember one couple in New York City, they like to make a playlist based on their child's name. And so they had a daughter, they knew they were going to name Elena. So they found the song for Elena.
That couple.
And then they had this whole deep dive into your music just based from that song. And I actually brought a few CDs on the road, and I ended up giving them just a copy of Music to
Are they CD people?
Die To, Music to Be Born To. They were going to play it for their daughter. Yeah. I might have then said stick around and you'd sign it. You might have signed the CD. I can't remember.
I hear what I consider a surprising number of parents coming up to us saying, "Oh, my daughter can only go back to sleep to such and such song like every single night," or "We put on this such and such album every single night," and it's almost always ceremony songs.
Wow.
With the kids, it is.
It's probably.
What do you think that is? Like,
I think it's
young children.
It's the vibe, It's like field recordings and spacious and calming.
Or maybe they're just always in that space of mystical magic non-duality in a sense. They're less dual.
Totally, they are.
So they're like, yeah, this is my music.
Able to be vulnerable.
Why aren't they listening to like Radiohead and stuff?
Parents don't have good taste, that's all. I mean, they have good taste because they're playing East Forest, but...
No, the kids. But then we had some people who would tell me they use it in middle school and high school. So I was like, that's cool. It's surprising, though. I hear it's more often than I would think.
And you put out Lovingly, and you put out the Lovingly guided meditations, and you did the Music for Mushrooms soundtrack. Maybe that was not last year. That was the year before. I'm just thinking of the tracks you put out this year. You did with something that was cool for you was working with Anadi and Nick.
Yeah, their album it's out now. It took multiple years to get that album
3
recorded
years,
and mixed.
Forever. 2 babies.
2 babies.
Not ours, Anadi's.
Yeah. I'm just glad it's out. I want people to hear it. It's a wonderful record. It's got a vibe.
Yes.
It's a great vibe.
You produced
record.
it.
Yeah.
And Nick's so talented musically, and Anadi has such a gorgeous voice, as does Nick. And they're actually like deep Hare Krishna, like full-fledged, all in. And so a lot of it's devotional that way.
It's a kirtan record.
Yeah.
And it's got actually this modern twist because Nick's bringing in, sometimes they're making up their own songs, like traditional words, but he'll redo the music. And it just sounds like indie. Mm-hmm. But we did it so stripped back that it sounds to me very honest and organic. And she has a great voice, and he's got a really wonderful sound. And I play on it here and there, and then I mixed it, and I'm very happy with the mixing too.
Yeah, so that was a new thing for you to do that for somebody. I don't know another time you've done that.
I don't think I've done a whole record.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've done a bunch of stuff where it's like singles or things like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that album's called Anadi?
It's called Morning Prayers.
Morning Prayers.
Yeah, she's the artist.
Okay.
Yep.
So check that out. It is so beautiful, and I've been using it in some of my classes. People love it.
Yeah.
Just trying to think what else you were up to this year creatively. And because then going into 26, you've been working on some new music.
Yeah, it's funny. It's just like touring not only takes a lot of your time, it takes all your energy. It just feels like it's a real sacrifice that you do. And so that's why when I look back on the year and it feels a bit like a blur, part of it's because it was so singularly focused in certain regards. You can't really negotiate much with touring. And so it just like all that stuff just becomes the priority.
No, when we're on the road, I describe it as you're just in a vortex of being on the road, and you can't think about or do or manage really anything else but that day.
And that's just on the road. And then there's all the stuff before you get on the road.
Yeah.
And then you get off the road and I feel like, so I'm still in some ways recovering.
Yeah, totally. We got back a week ago from Esalen, and I just unpacked my suitcase right before this podcast. Takes a while. And then it's the weaving and the bouncing in and out. But, again, you creatively going into 26. So I know the tour took up a lot, but the past few weeks since you've been back, like mid-November, you've been in the studio a lot.
I've been committed to recording some ideas. For me, recording an album of my own, the initial process is just like throwing a lot of ideas down. And I usually do that by doing that in the morning. And it can be 1, 2, or 3 or whatever, just at least one.
Like on the piano, or what are you poking around on?
Lately, it's been pianos because I have 3 here and I got them tuned. So I was like, all right, I'll spend a couple weeks with this one, a couple weeks with this one. And then I just like, and then I like to just get a bunch of ideas down and then come back to it and then listen to shit and like go through it and take it to step 2. But
so you're building mostly off of piano?
Yeah, mostly. But it's funny because I'm just not super interested in sitting there and editing MIDI notes and stuff. As much as I want to I get inspired to make certain kinds of music, but what it would require me to do is so uninteresting. And what I am very interested in is instruments and the imperfections of them and working with them. And they have their own challenges, but there's just something that I like about that, like a sound coming out of it, and I'm playing with that sound coming out of it, and I'm listening to it in real time, and that's what I'm doing, is I'm just like creating sounds that I'm enjoying. It's soundscapes. Mm-hmm. But I've also been going through a lot of stuff over the past year or two that I've done with other people or myself that I basically have just been on the shelf. It's been in the fridge this whole time. Like all that stuff I did with Peter in Ireland. I did stuff with Jens Karas. I did stuff with Christopher Willits a couple years ago. There's more that I need to dig through. Mm-hmm. And it's one of those things where it gets sort of stalled out, and so somebody's got to open it up and make sense of it, and that's what I've been doing too. So
you anticipate your next album is going to be a studio album?
I'm working on a studio album. I don't know if that will be the next one, but yeah, because I don't know how long it'll take.
What would get in front of it?
Oh, something short and collaborative, EP of nature, or something
like the one with Peter. If you did a full EP,
yeah, but I don't know if that'll happen. It might fold into this or both. I don't know. That hasn't taken shape yet. I have some other commitments too. I'm supposed to do something for Across the Horizons. That's like this collaborative ambient EP thing that I haven't done. I have to find some collaborators. So.
Collaborators, give us a call, 1-800 East Forest.
It's 1-900. That's how we pay for the records.
East Forest.
And Radha just whispers to you to keep you on the line at $3.99 a minute.
I could probably make some money that way.
Yeah, someone should bring that back. Maybe it could be back in as it's all the old school things.
Yeah.
Just phone line, chat.
Yeah.
Screw OnlyFans. It's just like, let's talk.
Let's talk. I talked to some of my therapy clients. Only. I talked to therapy clients on the phone.
You charge by the minute?
No, I mean, we have an hour-long session. I charge by the 60 minutes. But it's actually kind of nice to do versus Zoom, because some people on Zoom, myself included, it's that Zoom fatigue. You don't.
Oh yeah,
it gets tiring to know you're being watched, to watch the posturing.
Usually you have to sit.
You're sitting. And so when I do therapy, even somatic experiencing, which is like a body base, I can't see their body, but I find I get to like attune to their voice and the energy so present. My attention is so present that it's actually quite effective.
Do you find that you ever have clients where the other person, the client, is multitasking?
Oh, God.
That seems ridiculous.
Is that a yes? Oh, God.
Yeah. Which is absurd.
Well, I have a client who's younger, and we talk on FaceTime, and she was doing eyelashes.
And you allow this to happen?
It's,
you gotta kibosh that.
It's a temporary thing.
So I did something like this. It was far worse. It was so bad and hilarious. Can I tell it?
Is it about me?
No, it's about me. I did one of these kind of things. So I had someone, I was in Germany by myself, in like Leipzig. And I had these sessions with an energy worker in Portland, I think. And I had booked a session and I think I forgot. And somehow I got some like notification as like, your session with so-and-so is in like 5 minutes. And I'm like, I'm at a restaurant by myself, like one of those outdoor seating areas, having like spaghetti in Leipzig in the summer. And it was one of those things I couldn't cancel for some reason. Or maybe they called me. Anyway, for some reason, I'm on the session. And it's an energy work session. And I'm having spaghetti, just phone.
Did you keep eating?
I probably did. And I was just trying to do both at the same time. It was just so dumb that and I was trying to not make it sound, but of course she knew. And she's just trying to get the job. And she must have just been rolling her eyes.
So you didn't confess? Like,
no. I was trying to be like,
okay.
We can do this, you know. I'm going to be, yeah. Oh, I'm just down the street.
You know, when I talk with people on the phone, I can tell as we can when they're not paying attention or when they start to multitask or when attention drifts. And vice versa. I have to watch myself when my attention drifts, not just on the phone, but even on Zoom. You know, we all have those moments where we're distracted for a myriad number of reasons.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
But the phone can keep me pretty focused because I'm just listening and attuning. And so I sort of enjoy it when I have those clients. And for certain people, it feels a lot more safe to just talk on the phone than to be looked at. Yeah,
I feel that. I like having those too, but then I have to admit, like when you're on the video, you do see a person, you learn a lot more. That's why I like to have video calls. If I'm interviewing anyone, or it's just like a business thing, like it's a meet and greet, I'm like, we should do the video. I'll learn a lot more about you. I really will. If I can kind of look you in the eyes, but even though I don't always want to, but I have people in my life who will not video call. They never have.
Like who?
And even, I don't want to say, but my point is like, I have people who they just don't. And they clearly won't quite admit that, but every single time some issue comes up, and it's like, I'll
Zoom,
just call you.
Their screen's off.
It's always like there's a technical problem and we end up on the phone.
Well, that's okay.
Yeah.
You know, for Zooming, you got to get like presentable.
Yeah.
It's nice
now
to
you can just hit that slider and turn yourself into a moon face. You know?
I haven't seen that slider.
It's the touch up my appearance slider.
What's a moon face?
It just makes you look like a child you just all washed out. If you put that slider all the way on the right.
Is that what you do? Is that your tactic?
No, I'm a 10%er.
What's
that?
'Cause
I want it to look natural, just a touch.
Okay.
Touch up.
I'm learning things. I don't do any of that with my calls.
I think it's automatically on.
Is it?
Yeah, and they also have the low light, auto light. I mean, you can make the whole thing brighter.
Yeah, I don't dive into that. I'm too just like, let's go.
Yeah. Well, it's okay. Robots will soon just replace us. And
you know what I did find this year though is you got me last year a new computer for Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
And then in January, I was using it for the first time with a client on Zoom. And I think I had to like figure out the Zoom again on the new computer.
Yeah.
And I accidentally hit AI Companion, not knowing what that was. I was just like, I don't know what I was looking for. And so I accidentally turned it on. And when I got done with the session, I received an email with the AI notes from the session.
To tell you what you should have done better?
No, it's like it actually captured the session really well with like a quick summary, with bullet pointed next steps, with a paragraph heading for each kind of subtopic we covered. It's not perfect, but now since then I've been using it all year with my clients. So then I can pay more attention and I know the notes are being taken and then I send it to them when we're done. I always ask for consent first every single time. Like, are you okay with this? Would you like it? And I'll send it to you when we're done. 90% of people love it.
Yeah, I know I need to use more of these, anything that can like save me time features. I'm hit or miss with them.
That one I've gotten really accustomed to.
It's like, okay, cool, yeah. I don't want more reports and things I have to look at, but it sounds like that helps them remember stuff.
It's for them. I always share it, and then I put it into my notes, where before when we were talking, I would be kind of simultaneously jotting things down and taking notes or do it afterwards. So I don't have to do that. So now I can just be like fully in it, knowing that the notes are happening. I like that. It's been a good use of AI for me.
Right on. Well, I don't know if we want to get into AI. I don't know if anyone cares at this moment. They're just like, give me a break. And everyone wants a break.
Everyone wants a break.
Right, just give me a break.
So tell us something that will feel like
That's
a break.
That's my new podcast I'm going to start. It's called Give Me a Break.
You got a cute little story for us?
Do I?
Yeah, an antidote.
I don't know. From what? When? The past? The future?
Let's hear a future story.
Future story. I don't know. You put me on the spot for an anecdote. I'll tell you this. One time I auditioned for the Yale School of Drama, and I got called back, which was a big deal. And the callback was like 4 hours or half a day or something. It was like just a few of us. And I swear to God, they brought us into this room, and they were like, okay, each of you needs to tell us a joke. Totally on the spot. We're not comedians. We're actors. It's like, well, give me the script. And it's just like, and that's what we had to do. And I remember panicking, like, I need a joke. I didn't have a joke. I think the joke I told was terrible. I didn't get in. That's probably why.
That's a tough one.
Yeah, not just, I mean, it's tough right now if I said, tell me a joke now, but tough. Two people who are like evaluating you and you want to impress them, and it's an acting school at graduate level, and you're thinking, and all you're thinking in your head is like, what are they trying to see? What is this about? Because it's not really improv. I'm not making, but it's not really a performance, or is it? Or
you could have gone slapsticky,
but that could be way off. Maybe that was I don't know. I still to this day I'm not sure what they were trying to learn from that.
Maybe just how you handle a high pressure situation.
It's a strange one though. The situation's already high pressure.
Huh.
It was strange.
If only that had been leaked ahead of time. Like, get
a killer joke.
Ready.
Oh my God. Like,
what would you do now?
Well, it's like if you're auditioning for SNL and you get the big callback and you do the 5 minutes on camera on stage and Lauren watches. All those people know I need the best 5 minutes ever, and they craft, like Will Ferrell did all. Have you ever seen Will Ferrell's audition for SNL?
No.
You would love it. Part of it is him just being a cat chasing, like playing with a ball of yarn on the floor for like a minute. It's just doing that, and he's just ridiculous. And that could go, that's a bold move, because that could be like, what is he doing? It was funny.
If you had known that skits audition prior to the Yale, would you have maybe channeled that? Would have part of you been
totally,
like, act
absolutely.
like a cat?
There are definite moments in my world of acting where I took big risks like that, and it worked.
Tell me.
There's silly things. Like we had a class, was it a lecture? I don't remember. It was something, it was with Robert Brustein. He was like the dude. And we're all in this little room. And I just remember there was some question put forth, and the way I answered it was by acting like I was really upset. But I made it real, and I just basically blew the fuck up in the room, and then it was really hurt and stormed out. And everyone was like, oh, "Fuck! Oh my God! Like that was horrible." And then I waited like 30 seconds, came back and was like, "See, now this is an example of exactly what he was saying." It was like I totally fooled him, and that was one of those things. Like if you don't commit and go all the way, it's just dumb.
Where'd that inspiration come from?
I don't know. You're in acting school. You do things that like. You do superhuman things where like that time I had to memorize a whole play in one night, and somehow I did it. If you told me to memorize a paragraph right now, I'd be like, geez. We were able to do all sorts of things just because we're doing it all the time. Like literally all the time. 7 days a week.
You must have been so happy then.
I think we were busy, so when you're busy, you're happy.
But just like you're in graduate school for acting.
I was hopeful. We're all thinking like, oh, we're going to be the shit. And of course, none of that mattered. But
so who are your classmates are out there in the world still in the arts like
well,
that.
the biggest is John Bernthal. He wasn't in my class. He was below me, but he's a legit movie star at this point. I mean,
I don't know who that is.
if I showed you his face, and not only that, but he's a character actor, which is just literally no one is a character actor. Since like there's Phil Hoffman he's like similar, but not like that. And he's worked with a lot of the greats already. It's incredible. But then there's some other classmates, more like working actors. You wouldn't know their names, but they've been working. They've been on shows, and so forth. And anyway,
You wanted to be a dashing leading man.
and then I started losing my hair, and that dream went away.
Hey, last night you had a full head of hair.
Yeah, I had a little wig on.
We went to what was called a hot Santa rave. Yeah. Krishna went to dress up Santa
You handed me
rave.
an outfit, and you're like, put this on.
And it included a wig.
Multiple people said things to me like, this is the most festive I've seen you ever.
I think that's accurate.
Well, that's probably true.
You had a hat, you had a wig, you had tinseled light up Christmas light suspenders, and a elf vest, so that the front of the vest had like a tiny elf body. So your head was the body of that elf on your vest.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, it was basically a Burning Man party.
Yeah, Burning Man fundraiser.
We made an appearance. Yeah.
You had a great time, but I think you loved your hair the most.
Burning Man fundraiser is sort of an oxymoron of sorts that just feels completely redundant.
Well,
in
for
this
a camp,
world.
people, I don't know.
Yeah.
It takes a lot to put a camp on. Shout out to Altitude Lounge.
Yeah, shout out.
They're good guys, good people.
Okay.
I've camped with them several times.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, so we're recording this at the end of the day. I know we're a bit tired, so that's our gift to you, everybody. But we just wanted to do kind of an end-of-year wrap-up, even though we haven't really wrapped up anything.
We did. We talked about 25, and just I think what's coming through me right now is collectively like a sense for all of us to take it easy. Take it easy.
Give me a break.
Take it easy. Take it easy.
With these forests, Tuesdays and Thursdays at 7.
Be kind to yourself. Chill out. Rest. Recharge. You don't have to have the big plan yet for 26. It's okay.
Yeah, we're all just nimble.
And a bit numb.
Yeah, it's good to be a little nimble, and that way you're like, it gives you license to not have to have the master plan, because the master plan isn't quite going to, it's ridiculous when you don't know some of these major pieces where they're going to land. So you're like, okay, so I'm going to stay nimble, and that gets me off the hook a little bit. You can have loose plans.
Yeah, and again, take it easy. Take it easy. Be with people you love. Rest. Don't worry about the Epstein files right now.
Talk about a soap opera. We saw Oasis, speaking of Master Plan, the song, great song.
Yeah.
In Melbourne.
That was a
wonderful surprise.
Treat.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was maybe a bloom for the year, a surprise.
Yeah, it's like they happened to be there. We happened to have the night off, and it happened to be like literally a couple blocks away.
Another bloom was seeing Bobby McFerrin.
Well, that was a big bloom. That was incredible.
Yeah, life goal.
And I'm playing at the same venue in Berkeley, the Freight. That's his residency home.
In mid-March, early March.
It's either late Feb or early March. Yeah, probably early March.
Yeah,
it's part of the West Tour, U.S. West Tour.
Sweet.
Yes.
So sweet. Yes. So coming up, you're going to be out on the road.
Going to Europe.
Going to Europe in a couple weeks, end of January, early February. We don't have any...
We're going for the weather.
We don't have any retreats coming up besides we'll do 4th of July weekend back at Esalen and then again in December, but no like big mushroom retreats like we did the past couple years.
Have not been able to find a good spot for that.
No, it has to be just right. But I am leading my Pranasage training in February and in April. So if you guys want to learn about therapeutic touch in your wellness practice.
It's sort of yoga massage Thai-ish, but not.
Yeah. It gives you a lot of like, for myself, having trained with it, 12 years ago and doing it for that long, I feel very confident in my ability to give hands-on touch, whether that's in a class or one-on-one with somebody or even with a therapy client. So that I appreciate a lot, being able to read people's body and being able to offer support in that way. There's nothing like it. I massaged you a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, it's intense. I have tight hammies, as it's said in the industry.
But then afterwards, your mood was super elevated, I noticed.
Cool.
You were like pumped and jazzed.
You can prana-massage me anytime. Anytime.
Anytime.
Most anytime.
Yeah. Yeah, you get it. So anyways, that's exciting for me because that's new. I'm really looking forward to doing that actually out of my studio here in Boise, my little sage. And just getting into the things. I think I put a lot of pressure on myself 20, 21, 22 to like, how would I describe it? Like,
you did a few forays into the expansionist mindset that required a kind of digital documentation that you're like, screw this. Give me a break. Give me a break.
I can't do it. Yeah, I was going to say materialize, like produce more things and whatever. Like, yeah, you're kind of describing the thing. And it's just, I like the spaciousness in my life. It has a high value for me.
Yeah, I feel that. Well, cool. Well, any blessings for the world that you want to endow on this solstice season as we speak from the liminal fulcrum of this astrological moment?
As I was going to bed a few weeks ago, I was thinking to myself, how could I train myself to think happy thoughts? What would that be like? What's the
there's a process for that.
Steps for that. Well, this is what I came up with in the moment, which I think is adjacent to probably what has already been known forever. And the way that I found internally to happiness, this feeling of happiness, is gratitude. Like the way that happiness opened inside was every time I could think of something I was grateful for was the quickest way for me to find happiness. So that's my hope and wish for folks right now. It's just once a day, several times a day, as often as you can, tuning into your own sense of gratitude, which then creates happiness.
Great. It has been said that gratitude is directly proportional to joy. Our friend Neil Brennan, he has his gratitude checklist. Feels more masculine to him than it's the same thing. I think he does it 5 times a day.
Well, I have been experimenting with this, and it does generate happiness.
He has a little checklist on his phone. I think maybe it pops up, and it's 5 things. And I've also heard like it's helpful not to feel the burden, like it has to be my health. And it's like, no, anything, whatever comes to mind.
Okay, so you do it right now.
Those pigtails that you've got rocking, I'm super grateful for those. I'm grateful for this little puppy that just popped up and is asking me to pet her head. I'm grateful for this mini split heating cooling system that you just like press a button and it maintains a temperature. I'm grateful for all these instruments we're surrounded by and that I've had the means to purchase them over the years, and what a blessing that is. What is that? How many is that?
If it's not 5, it's close to 5.
I'm grateful for this near beer, this Klausthaler. I have not had much of a drink. I mean, more or less. I haven't had a drink.
Over a year?
Over a year. And you know what? I'm grateful for that. It's not a big deal, but it kind of is a big deal, but it's not a big deal. But I'm grateful.
It's kind of a big deal.
I did it mostly 90% for my health. And I'm just proud that I'm helping my body in that way because there's plenty of other things.
What have you noticed in this past year not drinking health-wise?
Not much other than I haven't suffered from heartburn or that kind of refluxy stuff at all.
That's what got you to stop. You didn't like the heartburn.
Yeah. Well, and I was already thinking all the guilt stuff, but that's a thing that literally it forced me to stop 1 week because I was having such bad heartburn.
Guilt, like I'm poisoning myself.
Yeah, I shouldn't do it. It's not good for me, blah, 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 like addiction stuff. Even though I was just having like 1 or 2, I just every time I was like, I don't want to do this. Should I do this? All that crap. I hate that stuff. I love being free of that.
Does anything else give you that you do? Like what?
Everything. Everything.
Everything.
Yeah. So, I mean, taking something that actually was quite bad for me feels good. Whereas the other things like coffee or something, I'm like, well, yeah, I'd probably be healthier if I didn't have coffee, but I'm not doing that right now. But there's parts of me that I'm like, I have too much or this or that.
That's rough.
But that's much lower temperature than the alcohol thing was pretty tough on me.
Yeah. Even though, like you said, you didn't really drink a lot.
No, but it got to me after it started in earnest in COVID. And then after whatever that is, 4 years, you're like, this is not how it used to be. Whereas I have a beer, not have a beer, whatever. It's probably having it here and there. This was like, yeah, every day, like 4 o'clock rolls around and I'm thinking about it. I'd like to have that beer.
So what's a good substitute for you now?
Well, this is pretty good. And it was like 4 or 5 o'clock. I had this Kosthaula. I think these are the best near beers. I hate that term, near beer. These are
non-alcoholic.
These are just very tasty. They sell them at Trader Joe's here in Idaho. Anyway, that's good. Cannabis, sometimes it's just so different. But that sometimes can be a much better solution. Much better for multiple reasons. And I mean, that's kind of it.
Okay. Well, good. Well, congrats on that. That is a big deal.
That feels good.
That's a big deal. So you're grateful for your near beer that you love.
See, my gratitude checklist opened up a whole gateway of understanding for myself and the year.
Well, I'm grateful for our health.
Okay, me too.
Which, did you say we couldn't say that?
You can say whatever you want. I said you don't have to feel like you have to do, because really every time there's...
I do feel that though. I'm so grateful that we're healthy.
Just the first things that come to your mind is what I was trying to say.
Well, that's the first thing.
Okay.
I'm grateful that we're going to go take an actual vacation here in a couple of days. We'll spend Christmas in Hawaii, which is a really big deal.
First time ever.
First time ever that we're going there and not working.
We got our Alaska Companion Fare. So doing that. Mm-hmm. And we got a pretty darn good deal on a little place to stay. So we're just going to hole up somewhere.
And check out.
Yep.
It's going to be fantastic. So I'm really grateful that we got that lined up together to share.
When this comes out, we might be there, God willing.
Yeah.
So when you're hearing this, just picture us
on the beach.
On a beach or, chilling.
Lounging on the beach.
Just chilling.
I'm grateful for my time with the kids, Maya and Benji. Maya's here for the holidays out of school. And little Benj has been around too, though he's in Ohio at a football game right now. And I'm grateful for my friends who come to my yoga classes. I taught yesterday spontaneously last minute, and it just felt so fulfilling to do that and to be in community. And I'm grateful for the Hot Santa rave last night, and we got to play and do shenanigans. I had a vision when our friend Devo, who is producing the event, said, we're doing Hot Santa rave. And I said, so that means you're going to have Santa Claus, that people can sit on Santa's lap
they did,
and
indeed.
be naughty. And that came to fruition. Thank you to John for playing the role of Santa, and Celeste for getting the Polaroid, and Carrie. We took everybody's pictures, and I got to be reindeer dancing behind Santa, kind of moving people along onto Santa's lap and off.
Yeah, you're that cranky elf that's like, get out of here, kid.
I had to cut a few people off. But that was so fun to just play, to be silly, pure
I like
silliness.
Seeing you smile. Yeah.
Silly, silly, silly. So that's what I'm grateful for too.
Cool.
Grateful for all of you for helping to make our lives in this way possible, for caring enough to listen.
Yes. I spent this morning with the council on our solstice, and we had all sorts of new people there, and I was just so grateful for everyone and the way we all show up together, and it's amazing. I'm really, really, really grateful for it.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're listening right now, I'm grateful. I I feel like, no, well, we won't apologize, but thanks for hanging with us. This has been a hang. There's different kinds of podcasts. There's hangs, there's interviews, there's rants. I rarely do those. This is a hang.
Yeah, it feels good to hang.
Yeah.
Easy. Low stress.
Give me a break.
We love you guys. We really do.
All right. Happy solstice. Happy New Year. And everybody keep walking. We'll see you soon.